So most of us, when we're living our simple lives, we fear misfortune and obstacles. But in the mind training, it actually teaches us not to fear misfortune and obstacles, but actually to embrace them when they come. Because through misfortune and obstacles, we develop our strength and our spiritual practice. So even when misfortune and obstacles comes, stay confident, cheerful, and happy. If you're totally caught up in everyday worries and busyness, you will come under the influence of confused friends. And when obstacles and difficulties come, they'll ask you questions like, wow, I just don't know how you can put up with so much suffering and difficulty. I don't know how you can be so humiliated. I don't know how you can let your boss take advantage of you, or your wife treat you this way. And they'll give you all kinds of confused and misguided advice. Also, if you worry endlessly about your samsaric life, fearing enemies, protecting relatives, hoarding possessions, this will cloud our awareness and upset our minds beyond all control. And we will inevitably go astray, sliding into bad habits. And on top of that, we'll be swept away by all kinds of distracting objects and situations. Samsara is endless. I have a particular fetish for power tools. I love power tools. It's like the adult version of going to the toy store. I remember when I was a little boy, I could go to the toy store and I'd buy soldiers. And they were all individually packaged, and I'd take them home and I'd open them. It was such a fun ritual. I remember the smell of the toy store, walking into the toy store. Now my version of that is tools. And when I buy a tool, I think, okay, this is going to make my job easier. So these days, when I was in the United States, because tools cost about half the price, I bought a grinder that's battery operated. And I thought, this is going to be so good when I'm working up on the scaffolding, on the details. I don't need to run an extension cord. I won't trip over it. It'll be safer. So I bought the battery operated grinder. But grinder, you need for two things. You need a diamond blade on it, or you need a steel cutting blade. So what happens is now every time that I need the diamond blade, I have to take the steel cutting blade off. Every time I need the steel cutting blade, I have to take the diamond blade off. So now in my mind, I'm thinking, I need another grinder. So samsara is like that. You're never satisfied. No matter how many times you try to fill the void just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So really the answer is to cultivate satisfaction. So I need to learn this lesson, and I need to be satisfied with the fact that I have to get down, change the blade, put the new blade on. That needs to be my practice personally. So cultivating satisfaction. When we're in a retreat environment away from our worldly concerns, our pure awareness becomes more calm and stable, clear and lucid. With this comes wisdom and strength and confidence that you are beginning to master your mind and its perceptions. At that point, your mind becomes more malleable, and it's much easier to make the mind do what you want it to do. We talk so much about awareness, pure awareness, rigpa. Don't over-mystify awareness. Awareness means being aware. For example, are you aware that you're seated watching this transmission right now? Are you aware what's passing through your mind? Are you aware of this moment of silence? Not distracted, where you come back and all of a sudden you remember. It's just being aware. nothing so mystical or mystifying. Simply being conscious and present what's happening with you. Like Christian, who's here this morning, was saying, when he's running, it helps him prevent injuries if he's aware of what's happening with his body, what he's feeling. This is awareness. We can train awareness all the time, just being aware of what's happening. I remember at Ling when I was working in construction, Rinpoche called me to his room. He said, when you're working, are you aware? And at that point, I thought awareness was maybe something a little more far out. So I said, I don't think so, Rinpoche. I don't think I'm aware. He said, are you aware of what you're thinking? Are you aware when you're cutting the wood? I said, most of the time. He said, that's awareness. That's our training. Just you don't have to change what's happening. Don't create that internal conflict. Oh, this is good, this is bad. Just watch it. Be aware without any judgment. What's happening? Because awareness is more powerful than ordinary thoughts and ordinary mind. So just by being aware, ordinary thoughts and ordinary mind become more and more subtle, more and more domesticated, more and more tame. So instead of letting your mind be affected when difficulties, sickness, and suffering, etc., come, try to cultivate happiness and peace of mind with these things themselves. What we need to do is this. Do not see these problems, these inner problems, for example, illness, sadness, depression, etc., or outer troubles like rivals, evil spirits, or somebody slandering us, as something undesirable and unpleasant. Instead of that, simply get used to seeing them as something pleasing and delightful, something that helps us, something that teaches us, something that gives us a chance to train our minds. We need to stop looking at harmful and difficult circumstances as something wrong, something unfair, and train ourselves and put all of our effort into seeing them as beneficial. Because whether something is pleasant or not depends entirely on our mind's perception. For example, someone who continually obsesses on the futility and meaningless of ordinary worldly occupations will only get more and more fed up as their wealth or circle of influence increase. On the other hand, someone who sees worldly affairs as meaningful and beneficial will seek and even pray to increase their power and influence. Tara practice, starting with the 7-line prayer. Orjin yujin nujan sam pema gesar dompo la yajin jogi ngodro ne pema jone jesodra gordo kadro mambe kor Chechi Jesu Dadroji Jinji Laji Jesu Zo Guru Pema Siddhi Om Orjin Yujin Nojan Zan Pema Gesar Dompo La Yazin Jogi Modrone Pema Jone Jesodra Cordo Gadro Mampe Kor Chechi Jesoda Droji Chinji la chi so zo Guru Pema Siddhi Om Orjin Yujin Nojaza Pema Gesar Dombola Yadzin Jogi Modrone Pema June Jesodra Cordo Gadro Mampecor Cheji Jesodadruji Jinji Lajir Shesozo Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Bom dia, Luísa. Posso pedir um grande favor? Hoje de manhã eu lembrei quando você entrou, eu esqueci de passar uma água na entrada, no lado de cá do portão de madeira.
Por dentro.
Só aquele primeiro parte que tá
Lá na frente.
você vai ver que os cachorros fizeram suas necessidades ali, daí normalmente eu passo mangueira.
Pode deixar, vou passar.
A torneira, a mangueira tá ali.
Eu sei.
Tá, obrigado.
Não,
Desculpa, eu esqueci hoje de manhã.
Não, imagina, eu tô acostumada.
Cria um feng shui meio ruim pra vocês.
É isso mesmo.
In the space in front of me, the mother of all the victorious ones, Aryatara, actually peers into her I pray. Now, as I and countless others are lost in the ocean of samsaric suffering, I seek Buddhahood to gain temporary and ultimate happiness for myself and all living beings. For this reason, I take refuge in Aryatara, embodiment of pure awareness, inseparable from all perfect qualities of Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Lama, Yidam, and Dakini. Now, as I and countless others are lost in the ocean of samsaric suffering, I seek Buddhahood to gain temporary and ultimate happiness for myself and all living beings. For this reason, I take refuge in Aryatara, embodiment of pure awareness, inseparable from all perfect qualities of Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Lama, Yidam, and Dakini. Now, as I and countless others are lost in the ocean of samsaric suffering, I seek Buddhahood to gain temporary and ultimate happiness for myself and all living beings. For this reason, I take refuge in Aryatara, embodiment of pure awareness, inseparable from all perfect qualities of Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Lama, Yidam, and Dakini. From the depths of my heart, I pray, evoking from Tara's forehead, throat, and heart, a brilliant surge of rainbow light. As the light rays touch me and all other beings, the poisonous fruits of negative karma, sickness, demonic afflictions, and obstacles evaporate like dew in the morning sun. Merit, wisdom, glory, wealth, and longevity increase beyond measure. Illustrious Tara, please be aware of me, remove my obstacles, and quickly grant my excellent aspirations. Jetsam Pamadroma Checheno Gachin Kososana.